Alright, it is now the 7th of February, and I'm doing what has been annoying me the most, what's been really at me the most, and that is just procrastinating, overthinking this video in particular, or making the videos, just the documentary side of things. And I'm getting annoyed at myself and frustrated that I'm not covering things as I want to do it, and just it's been hurting me. And like I said, kind of from the offset, I'll be kind of fully honest going through this, whatever way things are happening. And at the moment, yeah, like my mental health is not great at the moment. Mainly because I'm kind of stuck in a kind of sort of fear of sorts, I suppose, just not having the confidence to do what I know that I need to do, which is to be making these videos, to actually get them uploaded. You'll see that there's a sequence of them uploaded on the same date. Hopefully that's today on the 7th. I actually get myself to do it, just to actually put myself out there and make an effort for the crowdfunding, make an effort to raise money so I have the right things to do what I'm about to do. It's just really hurting me kind of not doing things properly. And a lot of that, I think, is on me, that I'm not able to do it properly because I have things hanging over me. Once I get those things done, I should be able to kind of go through things and not be worrying so much. Like it's kind of, yeah, the longer you leave something, the worse it can get, that kind of way. So I'm just having a hard time pushing myself to do that. But like, I don't really want to be, but here I am in front of the camera, so I guess, yeah. So talk about how the last few days have been. So we kind of left off on the 29th of January, and on that day I was going to Alonso. I had about 20 kilometers left of my journey, heading to Alonso to try and sort out the issue with the phone, because we just had a break in the phone. So yeah, that went well. We cycled down a lovely cycle path for the whole thing. It was like 20 kilometers easily. Like, the whole thing was just on this really nice cycle path. And yeah, got there, sorted out the phone, that was fine. And then sort of, yeah, I kind of got my bearings again in, I think, the Burger King in Alonso. And then I'm even just going to take a moment just to say, like, it's because my confidence is so shot at the moment. It's hard even making the video right now. It's really hard even talking to the camera or talking about how things have been in any kind of positive light, really. My perspective isn't quite right at the moment. Like, yes, a lot of that could be to do with, I am in a nice area. I'm down by the river here, but it's pissing rain today. Absolutely terrible weather, and that is definitely making me feel a little bit kind of down. I've got a blackout tent here, and I'm trying to keep it a little bit open while also keeping the rain out. But like, sitting in the dark, it's really just not good for your mental health. But oh, look, I'll try and power on anyway and try not to hopefully make this video too fucking long. So we got to Alonso, sort out the phone, that's grand, and I went camping in somewhere just for my own amusement, really. And you see what I'm using the word amusement, it was down by the amusements. There was a sort of kind of carnival thing set up, and I was like, yeah, alright, I'll go here. So then wake up the next day, and the plan for that day was just sort of general maintenance. So, you know, clean myself, clean my clothes, clean the bike, clean the tent, just lots of cleaning. And I needed to sort the medication as well. I had to sort my medication. I had only about kind of 2 or 3 days left at that point, so I was like, yeah, I would like to get it sorted fairly soon now if possible. So I started off alright. Oh yeah, I had to get another SIM card with more data. I kept running out of data and just not making just couldn't get my stuff done without the fucking data. So they started alright, got my SIM card. Then next thing was to go to the doctors, and that didn't go too well. Whatever way, they just did not understand what I was looking for. They had given me a number for sort of drug addiction services. Oh, that pissed me off. So I went in and I told them, that's pissed me off. That's just ridiculous. Like, I'm looking for the medication I've every right to be getting. Like, so they gave me a piece of paper and a number for another place, but I was like, at this stage, here, look, I I really didn't, like, I didn't make an arse of it explaining it the first time, and you got it that fucking wrong. Do you know what? I'm just moving on with my day. I have other stuff to do. It's maintenance day, other maintenance to do, so try the medication in the next town. Right, so we move on to the next bit. That's washing the clothes. Should go fine, right? So go to the washing machine, put the clothes in, wash them. Things are going well, because, you know, quite often the washing machine will be beside the supermarket. So while the wash is on, do a bit of shopping. Great. Now we'll come back to dry the clothes. So put the clothes in the dryer, set that going, set up the tent, leave that air out a bit and just kind of clean it off a little bit. Then the drying is done, but it's not done. I was like, how the fuck is it? This made like no difference. You're as wet as you went in. So put it in for another 20 minutes, and also I put my hand down the side of the machine where the air was coming out, and I could feel, yeah, that's cold air. Whatever fucking heating unit is supposed to be in this thing clearly is not working, so excuse me. So yeah, after the additional 20 minutes then as well, clothes still as wet as they went in. So what I have to do now, get all the wet clothes, throw them into my bag, and I think it was like 4 or 5 kilometers, cycle to the other side of the town to use the dryer over there. Alright, we get there, clothes in the dryer, dry them, went fine. However, now it's 8 o'clock in the evening. I still haven't like washed the bike, and there's just today it definitely went against me. I'd gotten maybe like a third of the stuff done that I wanted to do on this day that I've dedicated to just doing this stuff so I can continue. It's not great, so I was like, I want to continue anyway. I don't want to be stuck in the one spot for too long. So from where the washing machine was, I went, I think about 700 meters or so down by the railroad track, and slept there for the night. Slept pretty good. Got up the next morning and went on what was, and I knew it, like I set out for it to be that way. I had to sort of challenge myself and kind of prove a point to myself a little bit, like you do have the strength, you can cover these kind of distances, you know, you can do it even with the weight. So the next target was Le Mans, and yeah, I hit it in one day at a fairly reasonable pace as well. So that was 61 kilometers, carrying the weight I'm carrying. Yeah, pretty happy with that, pretty happy with it now. So get to Le Mans at about kind of, I don't know, about sort of 5:30 or so. Not really much time for doing much, so just grab a bit of food, set up camp, go to bed, and the plan for the next day is, right now I really need to sort out this medication. So I'm just trying to, for that day, just trying to make appointments, just trying to figure out how to do this. I have an Irish prescription, I just need it in French pretty much for the work in the pharmacy. Didn't go very well, and a lot of it was to do with, I suppose, kind of stress and overthinking as well. That, you know, the first time I was sorting the medication in Tessie Bocage, it was so simple. I just went into the Maison de Santé, doctor just switched it up, no problem, and went to the pharmacy, collected it, easy peasy. This time it was not easy peasy, so I was like completely lost. I don't know what to do now. I don't have a plan B here. I'm just completely lost again. So I was calling this person, that person, trying to make appointments. There was no email addresses for any of these doctors, and it's one thing for me trying to speak French person to person, but on the phone, oh, I haven't a hope, especially about medical things. Like, so that day was just completely a bust altogether. So my plan for the next day is, right, you need to make a foolproof plan here. You need to figure out some way of getting this done that you just cannot fail, because you run out of medication. You gotta get it sorted. So I was like, all right, well, there's a hospital. So that was the idea. Just go to the hospital, and you know, that should sort it out. That's, no matter what's wrong with you, you can go to the hospital and you'd be all right. Like, so yeah, that was a bit complicated as well, though, unfortunately. So go to the hospital, and straight away I'm just kind of accepting that, here, look, I don't really know what I'm doing here, so let's ask for some help. So I go to the information center, and I really just cannot fucking can you speak with confidence when you don't have any fucking confidence? As you can see, I'm struggling. I am, definitely. My own head is at me. The anxiety and just the ADHD has made things fairly difficult in the past few days. Like, it's when I'm not feeling confident, I'm not feeling certain in what I'm doing. That's when things go against me. And because of the uncertainty and because of doubting which approach I should be taking in things, I can't sequence what I want to do correctly. And I just end up doing nothing, just really busy and really stressed, and I'm working, but I'm not actually doing anything. Like, what I'm doing is particularly hard, I think, because the struggles you have with ADHD are nearly essentials for what I'm trying to do out here. Like, the planning, the time management, you know, just doing the basics. There's, you know, a thing with the ADHD, it's called executive dysfunction, which is pretty much translates to struggles to do the basics. And to do what I'm doing at the moment, I need to be doing the basics really, really well. But I'm not, and I keep beating myself up as I'm not doing things right, rather than doing what I should be doing and what is actually giving me the most kind of strength and the made the most progress in sort of managing things better is focusing on what does work. Like, I really need to stop beating myself up about the things I'm doing wrong, because some of the things that I'm doing wrong, I can't really help it, and it's just, it's difficult. All of it is very difficult with the ADHD. And I think it's more difficult because I'm still very new to it myself, and I'm still figuring things out with it. And I feel, sometimes I really just feel very, very stupid in what I've set out to do here. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what way things are going to go. I just know that they haven't gone to plan, and I'm struggling even to keep track of myself of what I came out here to do. And like, what it is, you know, I want to show the more kind of positive side to ADHD, and it's how it's not all just negatives. Even though you're seeing a lot of negativity in this particular video, it's I'm just struggling at the moment. I don't really have any words to say. I'm out here because I want to take focus off of just the negative, the impulsivity, the poor time management and executive dysfunction. I want to take focus away from that and look at the more kind of creativity side, the adaptability, the resilience. Well, like, I suppose that is something I could talk about. Like, as you can see, I'm in no state to be making any kind of video at the moment, but I still have the camera here in front of me, and I'm resilient. And there's things I haven't figured out, but I'm confident I am going to figure them out. And the confidence issues, there's something that we all have them. But you gotta face them. And what's terrifying me is because what I'm doing is so important to me that I'm just scared of putting myself out there and it not working. And that has been an ongoing fear since last November. That's why it's February 7th and there is no crowdfunding page. Not a single email has been sent, or there has been nothing done to try and bring any attention to what I'm doing. Because, as I have done my entire life, I just struggle to actually believe in myself. So this was supposed to be a kind of a video update on how things were the last while, but went a different direction. But yeah, look, keep going, alright? Look, I don't care the video's going on ages. It is what it is, okay? Where was I? I think at the hospital in Le Mans. I think I'm going over it again, sorry, but so I go to the hospital in Le Mans because I'm feeling that's a place, should be certainly able to sort things out. So I go there, and because I don't know what I'm doing, I go to the information centre to ask them, could you maybe help guide me in the right direction as to where I need to go to sort this out. They didn't really know what to do with me, so just kind of sent me on, you're best off going to the adult emergencies. So I went there and I was sitting in that room for a little while, and I kind of noticed there's a lot of people in the room. Are we all really kind of keeping track of ourselves, kind of whose turn it is, or what way are we going about things? So I was sitting there thinking maybe I need to sort of check in or get a number or something. So I walk out and I go to this window, which has absolutely nothing to do with the emergency room at all, but I was talking to this woman there anyway, and started kind of going through the process of putting me on the system. And then I was like, hold on, can we just kind of backtrack here for a second? Let me tell you what I'm looking for is, it's really not that sort of big of a thing. And then she gives me two phone numbers that I could call. So I called one of them and went through the directory and pretty much hung up and said call the other one. So I called the other one. Yeah, so then managed to get an appointment made for me for 9:15 that evening, in the hospital itself there. So I went off to kind of pass the time for a little bit. Oh god, I'm struggling. Went off to pass the time for a little bit, got a haircut, then came back for the appointment. And the appointment went very well. I met a lovely doctor there. It was very good to me. Was able to speak in English as well, and this is where it kind of hurts me that I'm not in a very positive mood. I would like to say this in a more positive way, but the man was absolutely lovely, and I was talking about my kind of fear and the sort of costs and things and this and that, and well, that would have cost me a few quid seeing a doctor in the evening, but he sort of let me off with it. So I really appreciate that, because I am very much sort of struggling for cash at the moment. So yeah, that was great, and just to meet the man, talking to him as well, he kind of understood what I was at, what I was trying to do, and he'd been off traveling here, there and everywhere as well. So just it was nice to talk about that after, just talk about more positive things after I'd had a kind of hard few days. So then the next day, get up and it was again, we'll just plan a couple of ways. So the plan is to go to the pharmacy, but if that doesn't work, we can go back to the hospital. Should be able to sort it there. So go to the pharmacy, get the medication sorted, and yeah. So then we're okay again. So the medication is sorted, the phone's been sorted, and then so the next day I want to take off, leaving the man towards Tours. That brings us to where we are now. I'm now at Chateau de Loire. I'm just camped down by the river Loire itself here at the moment. It's a nasty enough day out there today, but this is where I'm camping there at the moment. So yeah, I arrived here the day before yesterday, and yesterday I wanted to to wash the bike and do some kind of research on things, and today, like, this is actually, in the 2 months I've been out here, is the first time I've actually went a bit away from things camping. So I have things charged up enough, I have enough food, and I'm kind of just trying to sort my head out and get things back on track, get more certainty into what I'm trying to do, and just chill out away from everything for a little bit. And then tomorrow morning I'll be back on the bike heading to Tours tomorrow. So yeah, that's the video. Not the most positive thing to be putting out there, I suppose, but I said I'd be covering the good and the bad, so there's an honest reflection as to how things are going on. So see you in the next one.